Darnell was an RP. Rhodes told us that the Peacekeepers and Two Bridges have been tracking cleaner movements for the past few days. This is our best bet to learning more about Conley.
She's deep in bed with the cleaners. If we poke around in that nest enough, we're bound to find a trace of her.
Let me know if you need it.
Puppy!
Agent in need of backup.
Oh. The adorable little fella. Ooh, the enforcer. Take her.
Rhodes told us that the Peacekeepers and two bridges have been tracking cleaner movements for the past few days. This is our best bet to learning more about Conley.
She's deep in bed with the cleaners. If we poke around in that nest enough, we're bound to find a trace of her. Bridges was one of the areas that held out the longest after the outbreak. Many of the locals refused to leave their homes and move into Sarah camps. They tried to set up neighborhood community centers rather than relying on the government. Most of them didn't make it. With the cleaners and the other factions wreaking havoc in the area, it was never really sustainable. These days, only a few remain.
Hostage situation nearby.
I've got reports that the Peacekeepers are trying to take a Rikers control point. Give them a hand and see what you can find out from them.
I'm out. I got a shot! I got this one! I sure wouldn't want fuckers!
Sounds like Conley's been busy.
Head to the community and see what they've found. We're getting warmer.
Rhodes told us you're looking for a rogue agent working with the cleaners. Yeah, we've seen her. She's sneaky, but still seems to go out on missions with the rest of the guys. Check in with the community near here. They're keeping track of the latest news.
Oh, that's funny.
Guarding is kind of like standing at the stage door, waiting for someone to start some shit out.
Sounds like Conley's been busy.
Head to the community and see what they've found. We're getting warmer.
control point detected.
Fuck do I get in there? Yeah, whatever. Uh-oh, Chinese supermarket.
Sounds like Conley's been busy.
Head to the community and see what they've found. We're getting warmer.
Really?
Hostile control point nearby. Portable electronic device detected.
I used to feel so weak.
Admitting that makes you strong.
You been to therapy?
Just those mandated psych evals.
What a crock of shit, right?
Do you think you're a narcissist?
If I say yes, I'm a narcissist. But I can be rehabilitated. Maybe. If I say no, I'm still a fucking narcissist. You can't win with those people. They twist everything you say.
Well, they never really thought we would be activated.
100%.
If they actually believed it, they would never have cleared someone like Fei Lao.
Or you. Jesus, you have no idea how powerful you are.
I'm not powerful. I'm just a guy who sees the big picture.
electronic device detected.
See if you can get a hold of the leader here.
Heard you were looking for some info on the cleaners.
Still haven't figured it out.
We recently got
Thought you were better than this.
posted a
I just want to confirm it.
If you're looking for cleaners, that's
Never.
the place to
You should be. We took out the LM.
Stop.
We need to get going to the
New
shelter.
York.
That's our best lead on Conley.
The cleaners like to make sure everything is sterilized. Chances are they'll still be around.
Portable device detected.
Please tell me you've got good news, Faye.
Afraid not. Network's still down.
We're losing people out there. We need to get you guys back to full strength again.
There's an active protocol. We've sent agents from all over the country to DC. We're doing everything we can.
Isn't there anything we can do here to help, to speed things up?
If we could, we would have done it already. Whoever attacked the network knew what they were doing. They hit it right in the nerve center.
So, that's it then? The division's done?
We're never done, Roy. We adapt and overcome. We find solutions in the face of adversity. Call the others. It's time to talk strategy.
Cleaners just torched one of the last JTF outposts. No survivors.
Any reports of an infection there?
Not a trace.
I thought that was their whole MO.
With Conley and Keener involved, odds are they're manipulating the cleaners to do their bidding. Who knows where they'll direct the cleaners next?
You're right. We have to investigate and see if we can find a trace of Conley. Looks like we're not too late. The cleaners are still here. Conley might be too. This is terrible.
Par for the course for the cleaners.
Head into the building and look for...
Hostile radio intercepted.
Just to be sure, we need to turn this whole place to ash. I'll clear the roof.
Conley's still here. Get to the roof as fast as you can, Agent.
Electronic device detected. Recommend alternative route. Extreme heat signature detected.
That's your only way up. We need to get to the roof. The sprinklers should have come on automatically. Maybe the cleaners shut off the water. Look around for a way to manually restore it.
Incoming backup request. Fire suppression system detected. Fire suppression system operational.
All right, time to move. Conley could still be on the roof. Keep it up, Agent.
Hostile radio intercepted.
Burn it all! We can't take any chances.
Yes, ma'am.
Unknown network detected.
I'm finally getting a ping from Conley's watch, but it's faint. Shit, no sign of Conley. Check that echo. It might give us a lead.
Echo nearby.
infected site.
I knew you could take care of it. The JTF's not equipped to keep things contained. Wherever they go, they contaminate.
We'll take care of it, if you keep feeding us the intel.
I'm sure you will.
We'll talk later. Sit rep!
We just started the sweep. It will take a while, but we want to be thorough.
Keep at it. When you're done here, meet me back at the tanker.
Looks like Keener's been pulling Conley's strings.
He's using her to target the JTF, labeling them as infected, and having Conley tell her cleaners to get to work.
Conley will have to wait. Agent, you've got incoming from the ground floor. Another wave incoming. Secure the ground floor and get the hell out of there.
Oh, he's still alive, huh?
Conley got lucky this time, but her luck is about to run out. The cleaners are maintaining a perimeter around a stranded oil tanker and 2 bridges. Conley said she was heading back to the tanker. We should go pay her a visit.
Nice.
Thanks to the intel you found at the shelter, we know that Conley operates from the stranded oil tanker, next to the Manhattan Bridge. The cleaners have been refining oil there for some time now, presumably under Conley's supervision.
Additional intel suggests a weak spot in the perimeter around the complex by a gate to the west.
Sounds like you're now equipped to go kick her ass, Agent.
Agent requesting backup.
Fuck, I'm itchy. This fucking new shirt.
The all-new 888 Casino is the hottest online casino.
The coronavirus, what do you think?
I think it's just like Ebola and Zika and SARS. Every 2 years, there's this new thing, you know? And I don't know, man. I don't know. There's different theories. There's one theory that says, here's one theory. They're saying, because apparently, even though your phone says 5G, they haven't rolled it out yet. We actually don't have 5G. Because if we do have 5G, my phone says 5G all the time, and it sucks. LTE crushes my 5G. But apparently, I could be wrong. They're saying, no, 5G isn't even rolled out yet. It's just saying it on your phone, and they're just advertising it, but they're not even using it yet. When they do use it, it's gonna fuck people up. That's what they're saying. There's a conspiracy theory that 5G is going to fuck people up. Like the waves, the way it works is going to... And the symptoms from 5G apparently are like radiation sickness symptoms, like flu symptoms. Like if you have radiation sickness, it feels like you have the flu. Apparently. This is what I'm hearing. This is just a theory. So they're saying, one theory is that Wuhan was the first city in China to roll out 5G, fucked everybody up, so they blame it on the corona, and they're saying everyone's got corona when really the 5G's fucking everybody up. That's just a conspiracy theory. That's what I'm reading. Who the fuck knows? I think it's another theory is it's just they do this every couple years, Zika, Ebola, SARS, to fuck up elections. Like obviously when it comes to Trump, the fake Russian hoax that failed. The fake rape claims failed. The fake impeachment failed. All that shit, they're trying to frame him and they're trying to fucking destroy him. And it's all not working. So the one thing that Trump has done for us is he's made our economy better than it's been in 50 years or something like that. Maybe that's a lie. I don't know. Maybe our economy sucks. But I know my jiu-jitsu association is stronger than ever. And that's a direct reflection of the economy, in my opinion. I think for me, the economy is great. So when people say, dude, the economy's better than ever, it's better than it's been in 50 years. I agree with that because 10 planets blowing the fuck up. So the way, like their last hope, there's a conspiracy theory. The last hope is, okay, let's do another Zika, Ebola operation where we scare everybody. You know, apparently 20,000 to 50,000 people a year die from the flu. So there's people dying all the time of the flu, but you never hear about it. But if you take this human coronavirus, which is on the back of Lysol, if you look at the back of a Lysol spray can, it lists all the viruses that it kills, and it says human coronavirus. And so it's not like it's new. It's just like the technical name for a kind of flu. Flu is like, there's a bunch of different strains of flu, and they have a bunch of different names. So one theory is this is just a psyop to fuck the economy up, and that it's working. If that's what it is, it's working because the stocks, I don't know anything about stocks, but apparently they tumbled, and like the economy's like taking a big hit. So that's a theory that it's all just an operation, just like Zika, just like Ebola. You know, and then one person died in the United States and everybody's freaking out. 50,000 people a year die from the flu. So I mean, 6 people a year die from like coconuts falling on their head or something like that. So one person died in Washington, and it was an old lady. I don't know. I don't know what to believe. I have no idea. Another theory is, man, there's a theory that I don't know. The people are saying we can't even see viruses. They're too small to even see. Like we could see bacteria, but even through an electron microscope, apparently we can't see viruses. So that's why when you go to Google and you put in virus, it's going to show you a bunch of CGI pictures. Like it's never like an actual picture of a virus in a cell. It's all CGI. And when you do that, you're like, shit. So people, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe like, how do we know what the fuck is going on? How do we know we can't see it? So I've grown into a person that I don't believe shit unless I could see it or I could prove it for myself. Otherwise, you don't have to believe in shit. You could just say, I don't know. I don't believe you, but I don't know. You don't have to make a choice. You know, like, oh, you either have to believe or not. Like, I don't know, dude. You know, after so many how many lives does it take? How many more Ebolas? How many more before you go, okay, how many does it take? People forget about, like, they're doing this every 2 years. It's always a new fucking virus.
Could it even be nothing and, like, just, it's something to get us to talk about it? Because like, that's all anyone's talking about.
You talk about it, it affects the economy. That's what they're saying. That's a conspiracy theory. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
How many millions of dollars has Corona beer lost? It's like tens of millions of dollars, right?
More people die of Corona beer than of the virus.
Fuck.
That's a fact. People getting drunk on that shit, have liver failure, you know? So I don't know what to think about this shit. They're just so much. All I know is that the left is politicizing the shit out of it. They're blaming Donald Trump for the fucking coronavirus. They're blaming them. They're blaming him. The New York Times put up an article. We should call this the Trump virus. If you get sick, you know who to blame. So the left is politicizing this shit.
Why blame Trump? Because he cut back on
whatever you could think of. It's like, okay, it's like this is like
at all.
It's like how could we blame Trump? Okay, this is how they're coming up with the idea. How could we blame Trump? He let's just say he cut funding to the CDC. Yes, let's say that. Did he? No, but let's just say it. So they put out these reports that he cut funding to the CDC, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, what a fucking time to do this during the coronavirus." Meanwhile, he didn't cut shit. It's a complete lie. What we're seeing now, we're seeing that you always are suspicious of what politicians say and what you hear on the news. People always say, "Yeah, I don't believe that shit. I don't believe." But to actually be able to see to hear their lies and know their lies, that's new. That's new. We're actually watching them and specifically knowing what the lies are. You know what I mean? So they're trying to blame Trump for the fucking virus. For one person dying in Washington, let's blame Trump. Let's crash the economy. They want an apocalyptic event. Like the left, because Trump is busting them. That's what's going on right now. Trump is busting. Think about the impeachment. The whole impeachment thing was about Trump calling the president of the Ukraine and asking him to look into the corruption the Bidens are doing in Ukraine. Look at these scams they're running, these tax scams. You know, look into that shit. And so that's what the impeachment is about. The impeachment is about Trump is trying to dig up dirt on his political rival because he's running for president, Joe Biden. Look, let's impeachment for trying to dig up dirt. Meanwhile, Biden is on video sitting at the CFR, the Council on Foreign Relations, sitting there bragging that he got a prosecutor fired from the Ukraine who was going after his son's company in Ukraine. So Joe Biden put his son, Hunter Biden, on the board of Burisma, an energy company, corrupt-ass energy company that a prosecutor was looking into and seizing assets and stuff. So they were... To Joe, because Joe Biden was assigned to Ukraine. Like, that was his shit. He was the vice president, and Obama put him in charge of Ukraine. So Burisma's going, dude, get this fucking prosecutor up my fucking ass, right? So Biden said, okay, of course, because his son's on the goddamn board. Of course he's going to get that. So he's at the CFR. You can watch this on YouTube. You watch, there's all the, he's bragging. And he says, He's telling all these Illuminati guys, saying, hey, listen, I told the guy, I said, listen, you better fire that prosecutor. And listen, I'm leaving in 6 hours. Where were we living? We were living in like 6 hours, right? Yeah, 6 hours. I told him, I go, you're not going to get your $1 billion in aid unless you fire the prosecutor. And then he said, you know what he said? He goes, you don't have the authority. You're not the president. He goes, you know what I said? Call Barack and see what happens. And everyone's laughing. All these old motherfuckers are laughing. Council on Foreign Relations, that's Rockefeller. And he's bragging in front of all these people, the old people who actually make all the laws. And he goes, and guess what? Boom, he was fired. And they're all laughing. So it's on video. He was holding back $1 billion. Do you know what they do? Is they get $1 billion in aid. We got to help Ukraine. They're getting tortured. Just send them $1 billion, and everybody, they're tugging at everybody's hearts. Yes, let's sign this bill. Send them $1 billion. No one's getting no fucking aid. When we send $1 billion of aid to countries, no one's getting that money. It's all going in people's pockets. You know what they do? They let's say maybe half of it goes to whatever corrupt politicians in the Ukraine are getting it, and the other half, the deal is donate to our foundations, and that's how they launder it through their foundations as donations. So that's how they make the deals. That's what Trump's busting. Trump's busting all this shit. And the only reason Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, was on the board, he has no experience in energy. He didn't even show up. He's just on a board and he gets $80,000 a month from Ukraine tax money. So they're just trading tax money. That's all they're doing. All this tax money. We'll send you $1 billion. You send 500 back here. And it's a lot of these motherfuckers. That's why they're going after Trump. Because he's busting. It's not just Biden. Biden's running for president. He's running for president for protection. Because if you're running for president, they like if he wasn't running for president and Trump said that, he said, hey, listen, look into all this shit Biden's doing, and he wasn't running for president, that's totally legal. They'd have it open up an investigation and they'd crush him. Biden knew that this was going down, so that's why he's running for president. He's got protection. You can't come after me. You're coming after a political. You can't attack a political rival. We could impeach you. So that's why the impeachment never happened, because when it got down to the facts, he did nothing. He did nothing wrong. He was looking into corruption. So if they're willing to do that to the fucking president, dude, they're trying to frame him. And that's not the first time. The whole Russian collusion thing. That's what's the investigation on how that started. That's what's going on right now. But as they were investigating Bob Mueller and all that shit, dude, they were just trying to frame him. He's not part of DC. So they brought in Trump because they knew he had big balls. It's not his idea.
She's the one actually steering the ship.
Heavily armed hostiles guarding location nearby.
Hey.
Detected. Location guarded by heavily armed hostiles.
Deep down inside, we're all handymen, whether we know it or not. We fix things that are broken. We fix things that could be better. Instead of saying, "Aw, shucks," we say,
time to take down Vivian Conley and hopefully get us one step closer to finding that son of a bitch Keener. We know that patrols of cleaners regularly head out through the west gate of their oil refinery. Let's exploit that opportunity and infiltrate their complex.
A lot of peacekeepers are dead because Keener's been using Conley. Find her and make it count.
And his dismount off getting booed is something I've never seen before in my life. It was fantastic. He's like, fuck y'all, I'm gonna be famous. I'm gonna be famous. Like, he just kept saying that and then just walked off. And when he walked off, I was like, oh my God, they booed him? Like, in my head, I'm like, if they booed him, I don't stand a chance in comedy because, like, what just happened? But when he walked by, nobody wanted to touch him because he had that bomb on him. So even I was like, God damn, hey, man. And he had that sweet bomb on him.
That bomb.
Yes. And he sits down in the booth right here, and I just can't stop looking at him because I'm watching. You know how they say the stages of grief? Like, I'm watching
Agent in need
the
of
stages
backup.
and I keep thinking, why doesn't he leave? And he's sitting there, and Tony Woods goes on stage next. And Tony Woods is like, wow, man, god damn, like just kind of a similar cadence. And Tony destroys, got a standing ovation, like night and day. And I'm just 19, just new, like absorbing this. Tony walks off stage. As a comic, I'm just kind of like eavesdropping. Like, I think I'm 5'7", but I'm fucking 6'5". Look at what they want to do next. And they get up together and they walk out. I kind of just follow them out, thinking, I don't know what's going to happen. They go, hey, kids, want to hang with us? I don't know. They get in the same car. And it's like, I think it was a hatchback, I'm not sure. And Tony drives off. I'm like, whoa, they came together. Like, that was all I knew of that relationship. And so, and I knew that Tony had been doing it a lot longer, and I knew that Dave. It's kind of like how when Kobe came into the league and was talking like Mike, and then Kobe leaned into who Kobe was.
Became who he is.
Yes, I speak Italian. I speak Italian. I speak like this. These are the things that are important to me. And so you watch Dave do that separately. But what I love about what Dave did, and this is why he's great, is he recognized Tony in his greatest, like, comedic moment. Like, it's the most honest thing to do. You know what I mean? Like, most people would be like, I did this on me, but he was like, and what he said about Tony could not have been true. You know what I mean? And so it just, like, touched my heart, because I was there at the epicenter when I was watching Dave figure it out.
So in the same way that a car rusts, or, you know, accumulates junk in the oil or whatever, similarly the human body does damage to itself. And again, just like a car or an airplane, the human body is set up to tolerate a certain amount of that damage so that we can get through to the point where we have kids before we start going functionally downhill, mentally or physically. But after that, evolution doesn't care about us anymore, and therefore we are only equipped to tolerate that much, and eventually the damage that's being done accumulates to a point beyond what the body's set up to tolerate, and that's when things start to go wrong and we start to function wrong.
What is the difference physically between a younger person and an older person in terms of their ability to recover from the damage of just regular everyday life and exercise and abuse and running around?
Yeah, all that. So that's just one aspect of the difference between a younger person and an older person. Let me answer that question by stepping back one step.
Okay.
So the difference ultimately arises from what the body is made of at the molecular level and cellular level. The body accumulates various changes that are chemical and biological consequences of what the body has to do to keep us alive from one day to the next, even starting before we're born.
Detected nearby.
And those changes, the reason I'm using the word damage
Looks like the reinforcements are coming from the cleaner's underground tunnel system.
is because eventually things don't work so well. So you're quite right that recovery from injury is one thing that doesn't work so well. But so are plenty of other things, whether it's how fast you can run, how fast you can think, how strongly you can grip something, how fast you can walk. You know, all of these things become progressively less good. But the point is that the amount by which they become less good is pretty negligible until the age of 40 or 50. It's only then that the decline starts to accelerate.
So what do you do in your own life to try to mitigate that acceleration?
Yeah, I'm a really bad example of this. For two reasons.
That's crazy, but this is your business.
So there are two reasons why I'm bad at it.
Okay.
The first reason is that I'm really well built. I'm just lucky. I'm just one of those hateful people who I can eat and drink exactly what I like and nothing seems to happen, and I don't even need to exercise to speak of. And, you know, I'm biologically far younger than I actually am chronologically.
How old are you chronologically?
Chronologically, I'm 57.
How old do you think you are biologically?
Well, I'm told that I'm a good decade less than that. And this is what I get told every time I do these tests, which I've been doing for the past 18 years. Yeah, so that's pretty good news.
So you're lucky.
Yeah, that's
genetic.
Lucky, yeah. But the other thing is, you know, I'm working hard to hasten the defeat of aging. And maybe it's a net win. You know, maybe the amount that I'm hastening it is more than the damage I'm doing myself by, for example, not getting enough sleep.
Here's what I didn't understand about David Goggins. The dude stretched for 2 hours.
Yep,
Like,
every night.
But
Every night.
every night. I want to know this routine. Like, how could you stretch for 2 hours?
He just does it. You come across might piss Conley off and get her out of whatever hole she's hiding in.
We started SeatGeek because we want fans that are better and more transparent ticket buying.
2, 1. Michael, yo, I'm going on a big tour.
I know. I'm so excited for you, bro.
I'm not missing shit.
No,
you're wondering if I'm missing podcasts. I only go on the weekends.
Oh, you don't go during the week?
Never. I don't like to.
Why not?
Because I have a family. I like to be home.
That's what's up right there.
Yeah.
I mean, when you can do,
miss it.
When you can do what you want to do and be like, I'm gonna be gone Friday and Saturday and be back by Sunday.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, man. I've never done the touring thing. Like Kreischer and a lot of those people, they go out for like a month. Fuck that. I get sad. I feel bad. I don't like it. I have kids.
Well, I got 2 too, and now I have a baby girl.
Yeah, you want to be home, man.
Dude, and my baby girl,
Yeah.
man, she looks at me like my son never looked at me before.
Oh, it's a different thing, right? I don't know because I don't have sons, but everybody that has both says, whoa, the girls are just so loving and sweet, and the sons are just trying to light shit on fire.
Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. And they don't love the fathers. Like my son could care less about me. It's so true. Like he loves my wife. Like side by side all the time.
Really?
But already my daughter, just at 3 months old, my wife will hold her and she'll keep crying. And as soon as I grab her, she stops. I mean, it's amazing,
As long as
dude.
you guys don't start getting competitive about that shit. Sometimes people get
I'm a
weird.
competitive father, but I'm not gonna like compete against
your wife.
Oh no,
You know what I'm saying?
no.
Like, yeah, look at this. The girl likes me more. How weird. Maybe you're just not really a good mom.
Yeah, I don't know. No, what's your tour? Where are you going? Like everywhere?
Everywhere, bro. I'll tell you where I'm going.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know where I'm going, honestly. I have to read it off. I'm starting off in Des Moines, Iowa, because someone's got to.
Yeah.
I did that because my friend John Dudley lives there. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll come visit you. I'll do a gig out there. Like, legitimately.
I love that.
My buddy lives in Iowa.
You know who does that? Bill Burr. He loves football so much. This is what I heard from some clubs, is he loves college football so much. He'll schedule tour dates around big games so he can be in the city already.
Oh, yeah, he does that.
That's genius, man.
Well, Burr's a savage. And he's also a man who does what he wants.
Yes.
You know, he's a self-made man.
Yes.
Michael Yo. And then I'm going to Pittsburgh. Love Pittsburgh. Louisville, Raleigh, North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, Las Vegas. Woo! Fort Lauderdale, Tampa, and Orlando. I do Florida like once every 3 years. And every time I do Florida, I come back and I go, goddamn Florida.
You don't like
Crazy place. I do. I love it.
I'm about to say that.
It's crazy. They're barely Americans. Barely Americans. And I say this with love. My sister lives there.
Well, there's a lot of rednecks in Tampa, too.
They're fucking animals.
No disrespect. I love Tampa.
Yeah, I'm going to, where else am I going? Tampa, Orlando.
Oh, there it
Fort
is.
Lauderdale, Tampa, Orlando, Philadelphia, Lincoln, Nebraska.
I've
never been to Lincoln, Nebraska.
Are you doing the Hard Rock in Fort Lauderdale? Or are you doing the big arena?
I'm doing an arena.
Okay.
Yeah. I've done the Hard Rock, though. It's great.
Yeah, they opened up the Hard Rock just opened up. They have the guitar now. This whole new, they changed the whole, they changed the whole hotel to a glass guitar.
What?
It's the first, you got to show the picture. It's insane. So they changed the whole thing.
Really?
And they have like a 8,000 seater now, 10,000 seater.
Really?
In there?
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, Fort Lauderdale.
It's a
Hard
great
Rock.
gig. Fort Lauderdale's a lot of fun.
Oh,
a lot
amazing.
of fun. And then I'm doing Nebraska. I've never been to Nebraska in my life. I don't think. I'm doing Lincoln, Nebraska. Crazy.
My wife's father's
Look
from,
at that shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
They built a giant fucking guitar.
All that's the hotel rooms.
Designed to resemble back-to-back guitars. Woo!
Well, there you go.
I've never been to Oklahoma either, I don't think. And I'm doing Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm doing Madison Square Garden in New York.
Yes.
City. Then I'm doing the Boston Garden the next week. And then I'm doing LA. I'm doing the Forum. And then I'm doing Milwaukee. And then I'm doing Wichita, Kansas. Come on, kids. And then Fresno, California to wrap this bitch up.
Are you doing any more dates with Dave Chappelle? Because I know you got one coming up.
We have two.
Two?
Yeah, we have two. We got one in New Orleans and one in, it's not on there.
No.
No, that's all mine.
But you got one.
One in New Orleans and one in...
is it Denver?
Nashville.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to the Nashville one.
Come on down, Michael. Yo.
Yeah, we have tons of friends, and I love Nashville.
Nashville's a great fucking city.
I mean, do you ever want to not live there?
Yes. Yes. All the time.
Where would you move?
I moved to Denver, I think.
Denver's a great town. Yeah, Nashville or Denver for me.
Yeah, when I think about it, I think about a couple places. I think of Salt Lake City, like Park City, like that area. I think of that. But I would never live there full time, just because my family likes skiing. I think of Montana. I think of Bozeman, Montana. I love Bozeman.
Yeah.
Just because of the mountains and the beauty.
Do you ski though?
I do, but reluctantly.
Yeah.
I only ski because they like it.
It'll mess up your knees, man.
I fucked up my knee this winter. And it wasn't even my fault, man. This lady slid. She was a newbie. She didn't know what the fuck she was doing, and she was trying to put her shit on. She slid right into the trail, right when I was coming around the corner. I'm like, God damn it! I knew if I hit her, she was a goner.
Yeah,
like, that bitch was gonna get broken up. So I went around her and I wiped out, and I got a fracture of my shin actually.
Really?
Yeah. I've got
detected.
Whatever they're
it's
cooling,
like where my shin bone hits my cartilage. It's fairly lucky, really, because it just requires like 6 to 8 weeks of doing not much. So no running for me. I've just been hiking with my dog, and I lift weights. It's not, it lets me know every now and then, like, hey, fuckface, settle down. But I've been doing yoga. I've been doing a lot of my normal stuff. I can't kick the bag, but it's not bad.
It's not bad.
As far as injuries go, it'll heal up.
I skied once, and I almost took out 4 kids. Yeah, like literally would have killed those kids. I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop.
Oh no, you're a big guy.
And I'm a big guy, so I was going at these 4 kids, and their parents were screaming, "Stop! Stop!"
Oh my God.
And I just wound it up like rolling down the hill.
Oh my God.
And so I was like, all right, I'm done. Like, I don't ever need to ski again because
the key is to stay on those lean ones. Stay on the easy.
I was on an easy one.
The easy baby ones are so much better. My kids, my 11-year-old's a fucking psycho. She's like, I want to do double black diamond. She does all the black ones, all the black diamonds. Those are so hard, man. They're so. But when you're like fucking, she's probably like 80 pounds, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. You fall, like nothing happens.
They bounce right back up.
But you're also so low to the ground, and you're made out of rubber back then. They're all like flexible and shit. When you're old, bro, you hit the ground, your back's like. What really bothered me was my head. When I wiped, I went around the corner. I went to try to get away from this lady. I tried to turn around her, and my skis went up. And when I went down, I hit my head pretty fucking hard. And I had a helmet on for sure, but still, even with a helmet on, my bell got rung. Like I was dizzy, and I was a little confused and disoriented for like the rest of the day. I definitely got rocked. Like if it was a fight, I would have the doctor like checking my eyes with a flashlight.
Have you gotten concussions before?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah.
But when we got them, it wasn't a big deal. They were like, oh, go ahead, go back in.
I've probably been hit in the head 1,000 times. Like I don't even know how many times I've been hit in the head. From all the days of sparring and fighting, and I don't know how many times. It's been a lot. But that was a big one, like recent. I haven't had a recent head injury, like a recent bang of the head.
That's called success. You don't need to get hit. You don't need to get hit in the head anymore.
Plan ahead.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay. Everything's fine. But it's head injuries are very touch and go, man. Very touch and go.
I still want to get checked out because I got knocked out in football practice, and this was in college at the University of Arkansas. And I played outside linebacker, and a guard pulled and hit me right here in the temple. I was out. I woke up in like ICU, and I still get headaches. I've always gotten headaches all my life, but I watch different programs and go, hey, are you having headaches? Maybe you should go in and see a doctor. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should get another MRI.
You know what's really crazy? How many years people have been alive? People have been alive. I mean, human beings have been around for 250,000 more years, depending upon who you ask.
See? I told you.
And how long have they really known about chronic traumatic encephalopathy? Is that how you say it? Encephalopathy? How do you say it?
CT? The doctor. The movie Concussion, wasn't that the guy that discovered it?
Well, I don't know if
he's the one that brought it to life.
He brought it to life.
Yeah.
And he was the one who's, explaining how all of these football players have it. You know what's really interesting? I saw an article about him that was kind of shitting on him lately. Encephalopathy, that's it. Chronic traumatic encephalopathy. Neurodegenerative disease caused by repeated head injuries. Fucking A, man.
And my parents threw me in football when I was like 8 years old. So I was taking hits.
Look at this. Symptoms may include behavioral problems, got that. Mood problems, got that. Problems with thinking, definitely got that. Symptoms typically do not begin until years after the injuries, check. CT often gets worse over time and can result in dementia.
Why is the guy getting shitted on, you said?
Oh, there was an article recently that was saying that he is profiting off. It's most likely someone trying to discredit. Like, have you noticed all the negative Bernie Sanders ads or articles that have been written lately? Like really crazy ones. Like saying, calling him a climate change denialist, which is 100% not true.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many. Here it is. From scientist to salesman. How Bennett Omalu, doctor of concussion fame, built a career on distorted science. Yeah, I don't know if what they're doing. It's the Washington Post, which is another one that they're also the ones that ran that thing on Bernie with climate change denial. God damn it, media.
Anytime
there's so much horse shit going on in the news.
I can't watch it anymore.
It's just reading it and watching it. It's like so much of it is biased and distorted, and they're trying to paint a perception of someone instead of just laying out the facts in an objective way. It's just so much of that going on now. It's just, I feel like it's a very unfortunate case, but I feel like one of the things that's happened is because of subscription models for newspapers, things like Washington Post, New York Times, they have to be outrageous. Like sometimes in my Google News feed, I'll get a story and I'll click on it and then it'll say to subscribe, go here. Well, fuck you. Because so they got me to click on it with the clickbaity shit, and I bet, 1 out of 100 or whatever would follow through and give them their credit card information and subscribe. But they're almost starving to death. Someone told me that the New York Times only survives because of their podcast now.
Oh, it's The Daily. Yeah. The Daily is... I used to listen to it a lot, but it's a thing where I think news, when we watch news, it's more salacious than entertainment news. I remember, they're all about the headlines, and here's what they just had this Democratic, where they went against each other, the debate, and the next day on the news, all they showed was the same 5 clips of Elizabeth Warren going after this person, Bernie Sanders going after that person. And they have 24 hours to at least tell you the good things they said on, give me some policies or something. But no, they're just going to show you those 5 clips.
Yep.
And that's what the debate. And then they go on, we don't understand why everybody's mad. Because you're only putting 5 clips up where all the candidates are mad at each other. The news is a big part of the division right now. And I feel like it's worse. Like, entertainment news is supposed to be like Brad, Angelina, Jennifer Aniston. But now you have politicians, Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders. Like, they're doing the same thing that we did in entertainment news.
You're 100% right. And I think they're doing that because it's a business and they have to stay alive.
It's ratings.
But I would love it if one channel existed that didn't do that. One channel existed that was 100% unbiased. These are the facts as we know them. And some old school Walter Cronkite type shit.
Can you do that nowadays and survive?
You can.
Because it's about rating.
It's a good question. Can you? It's like we're so personality driven these days. Everything's personality driven. It's so hard. It's hard to trust people. It's like when you see these hit pieces that are written about Bernie Sanders and you know it's horseshit. That's where, when you know something's horseshit, that's when you go, oh, wow, look what you're doing. And then you see a bunch of other news articles that are similar and that are on similar left-leaning publications or similar establishment-connected publications. And you go, oh, this is like sort of a concentrated effort to try to minimize his campaign.
But even when it's bullshit, somebody's going to believe it.
A lot of people believe it.
A lot of people believe that
Well,
stuff.
it's a certain number are going to believe it. What's really interesting to me is that Bernie Sanders just keeps winning, right? He keeps winning. He won Nevada. He's won 3 in a row. And they're trying to bullshit us and pretend that Pete Buttigieg, he's got a chance. He's got 0 chance. That guy's got 0 chance.
How do you see it all playing out?
Bernie Sanders, 100%. The only way it's not going to happen is if they give him some fucking CIA injection into his coffee one day, and his fucking chamomile tea, they give a little squirt in there. It's like, ugh! I mean, the guy already had a goddamn heart attack, which is crazy that he's doing this well. He had a heart attack on the campaign trail. I mean, bro, this is like if you have a car and you're driving it over to the guy's house who wants to buy it, and one of your cylinders blows. And he's still like, that's a good car, I'll fucking take it. Like, that guy, you know, he needs that car. That's how much America needs Bernie Sanders. This motherfucker had a heart attack running for president, and they're like, so what? He's still alive. He's still alive. Let's go.
But what's interesting to me, and we were talking about it at this benefit you did, you came out and made this statement about Bernie Sanders. He was losing at that time. He was not the front runner, and after you said that, he became the front runner. I really believe you had a lot to do with that.
I don't know.
I mean, you have a
that.
huge audience,
It might have
man.
had something to do with it, but that's also why they attacked me, which is hilarious. They did exactly what I said you can do about a person. I said if you take all the worst aspects of a person and ignore everything else, just magnify those, you can paint a very distorted perception of someone. And so they're like, good, let's do that to him. Let's make Bernie Sanders look like a piece of shit for using that. Well, also the fact that he used the most wishy-washy endorsement ever. What I said is I'll probably vote for it. And they're like, run with it.
I might.
Run with it. I like it.
I might vote for it.
Listen, man, I always say this is very important. If you get your politics from me, you're fucked. I'm not the guy. You listen to Kyle Kalinske, listen to Jimmy Dore, listen to the people that are really paying attention, listen to The Hill, people that are really on top of it, where it's their business. It's not my business. My business is stand-up comedy and cage fighting and then a few other things. I'm a comedian like you. You know, we talk about shit, but I'm no expert. But I like what Bernie stands for socially. I like what he stands for socially. You know, when he explained how he was going to put a very small tax on Wall Street speculation, on each one of these little transactions.